world, everyone is hyper connected, right? And consistently interacting online. And whether we want to believe it or not, our data is being collected and being utilized in pretty much every type of interaction that we have with anything online, from even things in the physical world to where we're spending money, to what websites we're actually going to, and tracking it to that demographic information. And audience research tool that compiles this data now is allowing for it to be able to collect demographic, behavior, and interest information, and then translate this data into useful, easy to read reports that give you a complete view of your audience, and taking tons of information and collecting it. And it does it really in a matter of seconds versus days, weeks, months that it used to take when you were doing this information manually, or for yourself or for anyone else. And just such a much bigger pool. If you don't have the guide yet for this, and please do comment below. The guide gives you a step-by-step walkthrough of how to use a tool that I'm really excited about, and I've been sharing with everyone. It's called SparkToro, and it's an audience research tool that we've recently started using, and I was blown away and really excited about it. First found out about it when I spoke with Rand Fishkin, the founder and creator of Moz, and he has started SparkToro, and he introduced me to it, and pretty much immediately that day started using it, and have just been blown away by how cool it is and how well it works. And so I really wanted to talk to you today about why you really need this, and not just for your agency, but also for your clients, and how you can really utilize this data to build your audience. And full disclosure, this is absolutely not a paid promotional video or post at all. This is just something that I've really geeked out on and really enjoyed, and wanted to share with all of you because I'm using it and found it amazingly helpful, and it has guided my content creation in a way that I still didn't think was that easily possible anymore. But I was proven wrong. So the thing that I see happen a lot is that you don't really understand where your audience is, right? So do you know what their favorite podcasts are, what YouTube channels and what publications are reading? You may know some of them, but probably not all. And you don't not really sure where they spend most of their time. So you're spending a lot of time trying to research and find out where your ideal prospects are and where they live and what it is that they spend their time doing. And ultimately speaking, you don't know what's going on fully within their heads day to day, and that information is abundantly helpful. So this is going to be able to have you quickly understand your audience, where they are, where they spend their time, what they're listening to, and what it is that's engaging with them, or what they're engaging with, I should say, and really understands what it is that's going on in your ideal clients' day-to-day lives. So this audience research tool, quite frankly, is just such a phenomenal and crucial tool for marketers. I mean, it has billions of people's shared interest information inside of this tool that has been collected over time, and being able to really demographically break things down and obtaining such a huge amount of data pool is really a huge challenge for most people. If you're not a huge enterprise-sized company, you don't have this information at your fingertips, and it's just really, really cool, and to be able to have access to this. And it doesn't take a huge amount of a money investment, which I think maybe, Rand, if you're seeing this, you probably should charge more for it, bud, because it's phenomenal. But right now, if you're watching this now, it isn't expensive. I don't remember exactly how much it was, but it wasn't a number that I remembered. If that gives you any indication of the price point, it's somewhere around the cost of slightly more than a Netflix subscription at this point, right? And so he started it with the point of wanting to be able to collect data and seeing how much there was an issue around tools in collecting information. And I mean, honestly speaking, this tool did that and is doing that, and has illuminated me, even though I know my audience quite well. I know you guys quite well. And I know a lot of what it is that you guys do, and have a lot of demographic information, and even have lots of research data and stuff that's been done. And I was illuminated, and like I said, I didn't think that I could be anymore. So ultimately speaking, this really allows for you to be able to target better, know where your audience is, and how you can help the right people, right? It helps you understand and determine It really helps you determine who could be really interested in your services, and so allow for you to be able to refine your social strategy around what types of things you're even putting out, and will help you have the right ingredients to being able to attract the right consumer for your brand. And as I mentioned, I thought that I had found all the top podcasts creative professionals like to listen to, but I found that I was missing quite a few, and then pretty much that same day had booked to be on one of the top ones in the space, and aside from my own, and yeah, I just thought it was phenomenal, and also found YouTube channels and other websites and things that we have been able to build relationships with since then, and really help continue to grow my business, and hopefully can do the same for you. Ultimately speaking, it's going to allow for you to be able to promote your services. When you think about it, advertising can be quite expensive, and I know that painfully from experience, really. And when you're thinking about it, I mean, realistically speaking, if you're putting your eyes already where people are, or putting your content where people already are, and content creators like myself have a lot of time being spent in creating content, and we need help sometimes, and it's better to collaborate with people, and it makes things easier, and they want your know-how, they want your expertise, and if you're able to help them create some meaningful content to their demographic, most people are all for it. And I mean, you can use this across your own messaging and your own content, and be able to get in front of an audience that otherwise you wouldn't have been able to get in front of. And you're going to reach new clients because you're dramatically changing who it is that you're getting in front of, and understanding where they actually are, and really having a very clear understanding of how many people you're actually going to be able to get, right? And understanding, all right, if I need to get this many clients this month, I need to get in front of this many eyes, and with this type of conversion rate, I can expect XYZ, right? So it's really going to have you understand how you can actually very regularly start to utilize content in a meaningful way, and not with like the laborious aspect of having to gain tons of research information to be able to do this. And, as I've mentioned, this was definitely something that took a lot of time for us to be able to gain, and you don't have to spend the amount of investment that we've had to, and save tons of time. Traditional market research can take a lot of time and a lot of money to be able to gather that information. And once you've identified who you are helping and what their problems are, you ultimately speaking can actually dive into the plan here and actually pull the research data very quickly and very easily. And, audience research tools have lots of steps and tons of questions, and information is, can be missing lots of information. And I'm not saying that this is a 100% replacement for research, because it isn't. But it collects a ton of information and is super helpful. And for someone that doesn't need that amount of information and research data, it's great. I mean, you're not going to get user research information. You're not going to get that type of stuff, right? So there's still tons of research that I'm sure would be beneficial for client execution, but especially for content creation, things like that, this is just abundantly helpful. And it's really cost efficient, as I mentioned, and just phenomenal. And really, truly very complete data. I was surprised on how well they have done on this. And it's not just for you. This is really for you and your clients, and how you can actually help provide more meaningful impact for them. And you can express how much this is going to improve them. And so, I want you to go ahead and try out SparkToro. It's 100% free to give it a shot and just do a trial. I do recommend you give it a shot, and just check it out. I just wanted to share with you guys today. It's not a really super what you're going to do immediately in your agency right now, and like a direct tactic type training today. I just thought that I would really share because I was massively blown away, and it has really helped us a ton since we've discovered it. So that's all for today, everyone. But I wanted to share that with you. I thought that if you guys are nerdy and intrigued by things like this as me, you'll probably get a lot of enjoyment out of this, and really get your mind turning on what you guys can be doing from a content perspective. All right, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Wonderful Thursday. Take care. Bye-bye.